Hello and welcome to the Overwhelm is Optional podcast. I'm your host, Heidi Mark, and as a self-proclaimed ambassador for ease, my mission is to bring you more ease into your life, getting you out of the horrid fog of overwhelm and living the life you always meant to. Hello and welcome to this week's episode. I'm going to start by telling you about a free live training I've got coming up this coming Monday. Monday the 26th of October 2020 from 7 till 8 UK time. The registration link is in the show notes, so grab your spot now. Let me tell you all about it. So for this free live training, you're going to want to grab a notebook and pen, switch off your notifications and get really comfy so you can really focus, because what I want to do in this free training is really give you a different way of looking at things and real skills that you can take away and start using in your life. And when I've done that, yes, I will be telling you how you can work more closely with me, because excitingly, my membership is opening just for a few days. The cart will be open so you can join if you want to. It's the last time this year it will be open, so it is worth knowing about that. And then when you stay to the end, there'll be a lovely bonus just to say thank you for just letting me explain my offer of the membership. But mainly it will be all learning. This is really important to me. I don't like sitting through things. Even if they're free, they cost time, and your time is precious. So who is this for? So this is for people who resonate with this message. So see if this hits home for you or anybody you know. Reclaim your life from overwhelm. How to stop feeling like you're secretly surfing the verge of breakdown and gain the skills you need to surf the inevitable ups and downs of life. I'll say that again. Reclaim your life from overwhelm. This is so important to me. If you've been listening to my podcast for a while, you know that I'm on a mission to get as many people out of this terrible, terrible waste of overwhelm. It's just no good. It's no way to live. We need to start waking up and living on purpose. So how to stop feeling like you're secretly surfing the verge of breakdown. Now, this is linked to my membership, which is for women who feel like they're secretly surfing the verge of breakdown. So they're really high achievers, they're hardworking, and their life looks from the outside like it's really successful, but inside they're really struggling and they don't want anyone to know. They're private, they're conscientious, they're highly dependable people, and they just don't want to break down in public. So what they actually want to do is solve this problem that keeps rearing its ugly head and is getting worse in private and really effectively. And they don't have a lot of time. So they just want something that actually works. So that's what we do in my membership. Each month we apply my method of neutral noticing, which if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, and in this episode we're going to do a bit more of, is really effective and really helpful for getting you out of your head, into your body, finding your inner confidence, your inner power, your ease, and also reconnecting with your heart and your purpose. So neutral noticing allows you to move through your life with the ability to switch between the high alert state, which gets really easily activated in our society, and that more restful state where you've got this empowered ease. And it also allows you to listen to your body so that you stop misusing your body. You stop treating your body like you've got another one in the cupboard that you can just switch out. And it allows you to connect to your heart and what fills your heart with joy, and knowing that allows you to stay living on purpose, because you can really focus on what's important to you rather than getting swayed all the time. We so easily get distracted, don't we? So I've been doing a lot of talking about neutral noticing and how it can help you in these podcasts. And last week's episode 30, was a really good one for getting all of that in one place for you. So do check that out if you haven't done. So this free online training is very specifically for people who my membership is aimed at. But what's interesting is the membership's for women. But I've had a really funny few weeks where men have been increasingly saying, well, I really need some help. So I'm at this point where I mean, I was already working with men in terms of there's men in my course, and you know, I coach men. That was there, but my message was really to women to feel this lovely, amazing membership, which I'm so proud of, and is really my joy and pride. But I'm wondering whether I need another membership for men. And then people are like, well, why would you separate the genders? Isn't this a bit sexist? But actually, when I've spoken to the women in my membership and the women who want to join my membership, they don't want to do this work with men. And when I've mentioned it to men, they've immediately said, no, I don't want to do that work with women, which is really interesting and really important. So it's not that it's sexist, it's that we tend to process emotions and things differently, don't we? In general, it's very generalized, but this membership's not for everyone. It's for a very specific niche of women who are really sick to death of feeling like they're carrying all this weight of responsibility and it's getting too much, and they just want a way to cope with that better. And for men, I think that comes out in a different way, and I think that it's more about men not wanting to lose control of their life, and it's just different. So what I'm wondering is, do I need to create a membership for men as well, or a course or something? So that's really interesting. So please get in touch if that's something you might be interested in, because I think that's really exciting and that just keeps coming up. So I'm just watching that at the moment, listening really closely to what people are asking me, and I just want to help. So that's exciting. But that means that the training's open to everyone, not just women. So it's for anyone who feels like, you know, you've worked really hard for your life. You've got it all set up so it looks really good. You know, you've achieved well. You've done what you were supposed to do. You know, you've got the qualifications. You worked hard. You've got the promotional. You've set up your own business, and it should all work. You know, you've created a life. You worked hard for it. It's not working for you, but you don't actually know what to do, because quitting your job isn't the answer. You know, running away from it all isn't the answer. So you can't see anything that you want to let go of. So then you start thinking, well, maybe I should just be grateful. And I think this is really common, where we go, other people are coping much better with much more. What's wrong with me? Maybe I should just shut up. Maybe I should just shut up, put up, and be grateful with what I have. And that's really sad, because not only is it impossible to do that, something's going to kind of explode in some way for you. But it's also really sad because that's playing small. And I think some of the most courageous, conscientious, kind, loving, intelligent people, the people that we really need in positions of power right now, tend to play small when the going gets tough. And we don't want this. We really desperately need all of those lovely, kind, intelligent, conscientious leaders, who some people aren't leaders yet, you know, to step up and lead and be able to live a full life. So this is about support for you if you are fed up with feeling like you're secretly surfing the verge of breakdown, or as a man, you're just fed up of feeling like you're just on this edge of losing control. It's this, they're both verges, but they feel slightly different for each gender. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. It doesn't matter. I can help you. So anyway, in this training, we will look at the habits that create this feeling. This is really important. I've done a lot of work on this, a lot of research, a lot of talking and listening. The habits, there are habits that create, they're successful habits to start with. So the habits you use to get through, the habits you use to achieve really highly, they were good habits to get you to a certain point. And then it gets to a point when those habits are the very habits, like striving and pushing on through, just getting through, that ability to ignore your body, to ignore what your heart longs for. That gets you to where you wanted to be, but now you're there and things aren't right. Those habits are not going to get you to where you want to be, which is at ease in your life. It's able to have this full, highly successful, high achieving life, to live big, to not play small, but also to be really healthy and to have that vibrancy and excitement about life and joy, and to still be connected to yourself, your heart, to the people around you, to everything you love, and to have time to not miss another autumn or summer or spring because you're just like head down, just keep going. So the habits that create that feeling, we're going to be exploring those habits, and that's going to create a real mind shift for you. And that's important, isn't it? I think one of the best things we can do is just say it as it is and just allow ourselves to speak our truth. So this is me speaking my truth. There are habits that create this. I'm going to tell you what they are, and it's going to change how you think about yourself and those around you. It's really freeing. So come along and be open to that. And also then, obviously, how you can change those habits, but you can't just suddenly let go of those habits because you don't want to lose the life that you've created and worked hard for. But there's a way to change those habits without doing that, without adding to your overwhelm, without taking up loads of time and adding to another thing on your to-do list that you don't get quite round to. And I have that solution for you. And then how to tap into your own inner resources. So to me, this is really important. I can guide you, but you're responsible for your own life, obviously, your own well-being, your own health, your own mindset, your own transformation. I can help and guide you. I can't do the work for you. But I believe that you already have what you need. You just disconnected from it. So I can help you with that. And that's what we're going to look at in this free training. And then also how to take a break from your overwhelmed mind. So we're going to do some actual neutral noticing. We're going to be tuning in, doing the work so that you can take that skill with you into your life. How to take back control of your attention. How important is that? Everybody wants your attention. So I'm going to show you how to practice controlling your attention so you can start to harness the power of your mind. So you can start living on purpose, staying focused on the things that are really actually important to you, rather than your attention being hijacked by all the other stuff. And there's always other stuff. How to tune into your body, up your self-care is so important, and harness its wisdom. Really, really important. Signals coming from your body that in order to get where you've got to, you're shoving down. You know, like not eating lunch, not drinking. That's the beginning. Not drinking water, not alcohol. Alcohol gets you out of your head, but not for long. This is better. You can drink if you want to, but you know it doesn't work. It suppresses, or sometimes it makes it worse, actually, doesn't it? Alcohol, when you get really morose and goes in this stupid loop of doom in your head. So this is an alternative method to using the conventional methods of getting out of your head. And then how to listen to your heart. Listening to your heart to stay focused on doing the things that you really want to be doing. So living life on purpose. And also why there is no pot of ease at the end of your to-do list. Because there isn't. There's always something. There's always something. There's waves. So this is about learning to surf the inevitable waves of life, those ups and downs, or sometimes we just have to stand there in our own empowered ease and allow the wave to just crash over us, but know that we're going to be okay. Instead of getting swept with the wave. Yeah, there's a lot of wave metaphors going on for me at the moment. So this is your chance to be taught by me live for an hour, 7 till 8, Monday the 26th of October 2020. That's UK time, 7 till 8, Monday the 26th of October. You have to register. I'll put the link in the show notes. Register now, because I'm serious, spaces are limited. I'm not joking, they are actually limited. I always hate saying things like that because it sounds so salesy, but the thing is, spaces are limited. Get your space now. And also, if you don't get it now, you'll forget, because that's the nature of life, isn't it? So click on the show notes. Get your space now and share that link. Share this episode with anyone you think needs to know about this training. It's valuable. It's a gift. Please, 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 if this message resonates with you, show up. This is important. Your life is important. Enough. How much is being in this state costing you? Because I've been there. And it cost me a lot. So don't waste any more time, energy, or money, or relationships, health. You know, just don't waste any more time. Show up. Register now. Thank you. Okay, so in today's episode, I want to talk to you about how to take neutral noticing a step further. So I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that gets in the way. So if you've been listening to my podcast, and you've ever done a tune in with me where you just quickly tune into the body, get out of the head, or if you've downloaded my 60-second free audio, the link's in the show notes. If you haven't done that, please do it. Use it every day. When you sign up for it, make sure you click the subscribe to my emails so that you get a 7-day really helpful nurture sequence of emails that supports you in using that. And now that might sound a bit silly, but that's what I want to talk to you about in this episode. So let me just give you a bit of background information on why there is a 60-second audio. You'd think, well, 60 seconds is ridiculously small. How's that going to make a difference to my day? But actually it works, and it's really life-changing. And I just find this, I'm laughing because I find it absolutely extraordinary that this has come about, because as a meditator, I'm used to sitting on a cushion for a lot longer than 60 seconds. But in my own life, that's not how I reconnect to myself now. I do it throughout the day in much smaller ways. And then this 60-second one came about because somebody challenged me. They said, I don't have time for your 4-minute audio. Give me a 60-second one. I think it's actually 62 seconds. But anyway, never mind. It works. And this person uses it all the time, and it's had a profound effect on her life, and actually lots of other people using it now. So if you haven't got yours, get it now. Really, really important. And then this episode is to help you, because what happens is, first of all, if you have downloaded it, have you used it? And if you haven't used it, even though I then sent you a really nice email every day for a week, what's going on there? So I want to talk about the first obstacle. And this is actually the first obstacle that, changing habit, trying to get anything new into your life, it's the same kind of obstacle. But I want to be very, very specific here. So if you've ever tried to get into the habit of a meditation practice, then you'll know this happens. Your mind will tell you don't have time. I think that's probably the first obstacle that comes up. And that's why my neutral noticing audio, the free one, is 60 seconds, because seriously, you have 1 minute. You definitely have 1 minute. But the reason I'm laughing is because people still go, I haven't got time. So I want to unpick what I haven't got time means. What I haven't got time means is I'm not making time because I'm not valuing either the audio in my practice, in which case, if it's not for you, it's not for you. But I would say, if you haven't given it a go, it's not for you. That's what I would start by saying. So, yeah, I haven't got time is just an excuse, because you have got time. This is 1 minute of your life. And I'll tell you a little bit more about time. I was coaching one of the members in my Overwhelm to Ease membership last night. And she is probably the best at using the resources in the membership. So I was thinking, right, so what's the difference between her and the other members? Because everybody's individual and everybody's on their own journey. So I don't expect everyone to do everything in the same way. And within the membership, there's lots of really valuable resources, and you can choose how and when you use the audios. So I just asked her, and she said she does this. Now, she's a person who likes routine. So there was a clue there. She said she does the morning audio, which is 2.5 minutes when she wakes up. So that's 2.5 minutes. Then when she cleans her teeth, she does what she called, and I loved this, her toothbrushing tune-in. I thought that was brilliant. Now, this is without an audio. So this is what happens. You start off using the audio, but the aim is to get you doing it freestyle on your own. And the best way to do that is to anchor it into your body, it's always in your body, to anchor it into things you do naturally in the day. So she does a toothbrush tune-in, 2 minutes. She does a kettle tune-in, which all the people in my membership do, which is basically, when you boil the kettle in the morning, you just get out of your head into your body then. So you're tuning in, but that's without an audio. So that's another 2 minutes. Okay. So then she has a special one that she uses before she goes to work. It's 4 minutes. This isn't very much time. And you might be thinking, I haven't got 4 minutes before I go to work. Well, you might not need one before you go to work. It depends what the membership is working with you personally. So this is an audio specifically for somebody. But my point is, this is 8 minutes or 10 minutes in the morning. And then she does like a lying down one as she goes to sleep, which might be 10 minutes. So this is 20 minutes out of a day. Now, when people say to me they haven't got time to do a 1 minute one, it's exactly the same excuses as not doing 20 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It's exactly the same. It is not about time. It is about valuing yourself, and it is about buying into the method. So the only way you know, there are lots of us out there. There are lots of transformational coaches like myself, teachers and coaches, who are sharing methods that can change your life. I'm very specific in that I use body mindfulness to get you out of your head, because that's where the overwhelm is. And I am passionate about getting you out of overwhelm, because you are so disconnected from everything when you're stuck in overwhelm. You can't think. So seriously, you can't make any sensible decisions, and you're disconnected from your body. Well, if you're disconnected from your body, you're probably damaging your health. You're probably unable to switch off and relax. And you're also disconnected from the wisdom of the body. And what I mean by this is just not as woo as you might think. The body is amazing. It's self-regulating. It tells you when you need to drink water. It tells you when you need to move. It tells you when you need to rest. It tells you when you need to eat. There's so many things the body tells you which are so basic, but we have learnt to suppress and ignore, and we get sick, and then we don't have energy. And then if you want to go a little bit more woo, it's not just the physical things. We have this incredible energy system, all this nervous system and energy system, which you know is true. So like when you bought your first house, how did you buy it? Did you buy it without seeing it? By making a list? No, you didn't. The moment we step into a house, we know, we can feel it in our bodies. We buy a house because we fall in love with it. We feel it in our hearts, in our bodies. We get this expansiveness, this excitement. It's a physical sensation. What about the person you chose to spend your life with, even if only part of your life? How did you make that decision? Did you sit down and make a list and use your head? No, you didn't. You fell in love. And it might have been a bad decision. You might be thinking, well, that was stupid, but it's not the point. The point is, you have a mind which is really easily distractible, and you have a body, and you have a heart. And it is only when you can harness the power of your mind, which primarily means the ability to control your attention, and you are connected to your heart, because whatever fills your heart, whatever brings you joy, that's for you. That's for you. Stuff that makes your heart feel heavy, that makes you feel drained, that's not for you. And we miss this guidance. And you also have a body. So you get gut reactions, you get tingly reactions, you get energy or heaviness. You get this feeling of being really grounded and really being able to stand your ground, this feeling of empowered ease when you're really in your body, and nobody can move you, because this is who you are and you value yourself. So there's all of this information. So to me, overwhelm is just terrible, because you're so disconnected from all of your power, all of your wisdom, all of your knowledge. It's a bonkers way to end up. But so many of us end up there because we overvalue the mind in our current setup. And also, everything's been set up to wreck your mind, hasn't it? The notifications on your phone, everything is bonkers. It's all mind. So getting out of your head, getting out of overwhelm into your body is absolutely essential. So when somebody says to me, I don't have time to do that, Heidi, I want to say, well, first of all, I want to say, really? Because it's 1 minute. You have 1 minute, and this 1 minute is a way in. So if you've downloaded my 1 minute audio and you haven't used it, go back and find it, or re-sign up, or message me and ask for it, and I will give it to you. Please, 1 minute. Do it for a week, see how you feel. Now, if you're in now, if you're getting this, I hope so, because that's why you're here. So a way to increase the value of that, which is all in my 7-day email sequence, is to journal, because journaling helps you reflect. And when we reflect, that's when we start to get these shifts in the way we see things. Really, really important. And also, we often don't realise how we've come. So then we don't understand the connection between our behaviour and what's going on. So when we're very, very overwhelmed, it can very easily, I can get you out of overwhelm within 60 seconds. But you need to reflect on how that feels for you, because what you're trying to do is you're rewiring the brain. So your mind notices when you're out of overwhelm, because this isn't really important. Then what will happen is, because you've noticed that and it's a good thing, you'll do it more. So the act of journaling, of reflecting on what's going on for you in your journey, increases your transformation. So it makes it deeper and faster, which is what we all want, right? I mean, you've wasted enough time as it is, and it's exhausting and it's miserable, and get out of your head. Seriously. This is an emergency. I'm actually getting a little bit cross now. I'm not cross like angry. I guess more passionate about this and more determined, because so many people are wasting their life, and also we're destroying the planet, and we hurt other people when we get stuck in overwhelm, because we get into this very reactive emergency thing where our world is really small. So it's like, well, I'll just get that done, and then we do stupid things and make stupid decisions. The whole thing of like ripping out ancient forest to put in a high-speed train, it doesn't make any sense. I don't care how quickly you need to be able to get from London to Leeds or wherever it's going. I don't care. Yes, there could be some really good benefits, but there might be another way of doing it. You can't just go, oh, well, that has to be done, and then we've already chucked loads of money at it. This is getting a bit political now. I don't really care. My point is that when you don't think about what you're doing, you do damaging things. So us in this country ripping out ancient forest to build a high-speed train is bonkers, because ancient forest is so precious, and it's completely and utterly irreplaceable, and we can't live on this planet without ancient forests. And it's exactly the same for us to do that as people to cut down the rainforest, which is creating huge problems for us as a whole planet. You can't criticize one country and do it your own. It doesn't make any sense. But it happens when you get stuck in your head, because you kind of think, well, I'll just get that done. And then I was listening to some conversations in business groups on Facebook about how is business, it's business, it's not personal. And it's like you can't disconnect everything. You just can't. Everything is connected. And when you are disconnected from yourself, that's when you make bad decisions, and that's when you cause damage to other people. This is an emergency. We have a global emergency, not just COVID. There was a global emergency before COVID. We're destroying the air we breathe. We're destroying the soil that our food is grown in. We are literally killing ourselves. We are just so overwhelmed with getting through, with surviving on a day-to-day basis, that we are negligently destroying our very planet. It's just incredibly sad. So yeah, I'm kind of upping the ante on this now. Get out of your head, get into your body, really listen, get present with yourself. What's your legacy? How do you want to live your life? You're here for not that long. Not when you consider how easy it is to actually, I lost years of my life to being stuck in a state of overwhelm. And I had all the knowledge. This is what's interesting. I had all the knowledge. I knew, and I tried, but I was still stuck in my head, because knowledge is in your head until you embody it. So this is what I love about body mindfulness, what I absolutely love about neutral noticing, my method for getting you out of your head and reconnecting to your purpose, to yourself, to your body, to the earth, to other people. It gets you, it's not just knowledge, it's real. And you can do it for yourself. You decide for yourself. You might not agree with anything I'm saying on this episode, but get out of your head. Even if you completely disagree with what I've just said about cutting down forests and the state of the world, that's not the point. The point is I still gift you my audio because you matter. It's important to me. Get out of your head, get into your body. How you move through the world matters. How you interact with every single person that you, well, it used to be that we interacted on a face-to-face basis, but we not really going to see people's faces at the moment, which is weird. But, you know, even if you don't have any actual contact with people through email or messages or whatever, you still affect people. It is impossible not to affect other people. You know, even if you were the only person on the earth, you can't be the only person on the earth. You know, there's still like other living things on the earth. So you are not alone. So therefore, okay, so the obstacle we were getting over was I don't have time. And I was arguing that's because you either don't value my method or you don't value yourself. But there's also the valuing of other people. And this is important, really important. Other people matter. You matter. Others matter. Get out of your head. Time is not an excuse. It's not valid. It's a load of crap. You have 1 minute. Sign up for the freebie. The link's in the show notes. Get it now. Use it every day for a week. And if you can, use the journaling questions that will get emailed to you and start to notice. Notice how you feel. Change how you move through your day. Rant over. Have an unexpectedly lovely week. And yeah, that's it. Have an unexpectedly lovely week. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying this podcast and finding it helpful. If you'd like to know more about how I work as a body mindfulness teacher and coach, you can go to my website, www.heidimark.co.uk, or you can follow me in the usual places, Facebook, Instagram, and more recently, a YouTube channel. You can also book, for a limited amount of time, a free 30-minute coaching call by going to calendly.com/Heidi-ease.